is going to be going over how to fight one of the most common defenses in Arena right now, which is Zio plus Audwig Ludwig. And the other two slots, you'll see something like Arbiter Vildred, or Eye of the Abyss Summyr, or Setsuka, or Perfumer Biblis, RnL Notos, Scales. Some people have Hecate for some reason. Somebody here had Hecate. Tactical Archetype Koli, literally anything in the other two slots. Stephen Hippolytus is also one that appears sometimes, and she notably requires a different setup, which we'll go over at the end. And thanks to Chow for helping me set up these offenses. So our setup is mainly going to be using young Senya to bait out the Zio. This is why the Sea Phantom Hippolytus thing requires a completely separate setup, but Zio's going to hit young Senya, she's going to go off, do some damage, we're going to proc the Summer Break Charlotte, and then Saria is going to do bad things, and Hecate generally doesn't even get to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at everybody's stats. So first things first, young Senya. There's a couple of different ways to gear her. You can kind of gear her however you want, as long as she's the fastest unit on your team. I gave her the Soul Artifact because I don't want to use Thorn of the Blue Rose on my Hecate. If you have Thorn of the Blue Rose on your Hecate, then you can swap your Senya back over to her personal artifact. It's kind of whatever you want to do with her. This is because we're going to soul burn her S1, so we want the souls for it. And then besides that, it doesn't really matter. Just give her some HP, make sure she's the fastest on your team. Your young Senya speed is largely going to depend on probably your Hecate speed. I made my Hecate a bit slower because I don't really use her that much anyways. So she's just being run like this, and then like at worst I'll just give her a speed boot for Guild War or something. I have her on Sweet Miracle. This is just for some other things where sometimes I just want her to like have the reduction effect for the silence from Audwig Ludwig. But besides that, you can give her Thorn of a Blue Rose for the souls, and this would let you swap your young Senya back over to her personal artifact. You could also just go Tome of Life's End on her and be okay. All she really needs is Warfare and a bit of attack. And then her speed, of course, just make sure she's not faster than young Senya. Next up is Saria, who you just kind of gear as DPS as usual. Not faster than young Senya, and then give her a bunch of damage. Her new EE makes her do even more damage for some reason, and we're going to be using Sashathans because she does not need any extra damage from her artifact slot, so we're going to use it for utility instead. The additional CR push is pretty nice. And then lastly, Summer Break Charlotte. Summer Break Charlotte, you also kind of just gear her as DPS. She doesn't really need any speed. You can just go full damage, and we're going to take the attack buff for fun. And then also, this artifact, if you have it, is pretty nice because the additional damage based on her attack lets you deal a bit of damage through some of the evasion units. If you don't have it, you could just run like Mature Sunglasses or just anything that does damage, really. And then this is probably a unit that's a little bit weird for people because a lot of people aren't going to have her, but she's a pretty niche Cleave unit. Besides her, I think she's definitely the best for this kind of Cleave. But some alternative options, you could use like Afternoon Soak Flaunt, a really fast one on Guiding Light so that Zio can't target her. And I'll show an offense I did later where I hit the buttons wrong and I still kind of killed everything. I think there's definitely other ways to play around with this, but for now, let's take a look at the attack. So we start off with everybody hitting into young Senya, and the key thing is we do have to like try and outpush Eye of the Abyss Summyr here, just because she gets so much CR from her artifact and she's already pretty fast. We're going to soul burn, and whoever you target doesn't really matter. You're gonna go. Young Senya is gonna boop boop push up. I guess she killed her. Zio normally dies there just because of how much damage she does, and you get the sash push. Saria also just gets the push from the extra turn, and then Summer Charlotte already CR pushes plus young Senya S1 CR push. It's a lot of CR push, and then you just kind of kill everything. Arby got hit there. If it's tanky Arby, Hecate goes and you just kill him. So this one is Arby Scales. This one's only notable because of Scales. Whoever's in the front's going to instantly die from Young Senya's S2, so you don't have to worry about that, and then Hecate S2 is going to block their Immortal and they'll just die. That's no problem. The question is, how do you kill everybody that comes afterwards? Generally, as long as you have enough speed on your units, they'll be fine, because Sharklet pushes 20%, Young Senya Soulburn pushes 15%, so the 35% CR push, even though you can see Scales is like really far up, if I didn't kill Ludwig there, it'd still be okay, because Scales S3 pushes 25%. Saria was already in front of Ludwig, and she gets pushed 35%, so you would be fine, pretty much. There's nothing to really worry about, even with Scales cutting. And then just for variety, we can have one more with RnL and Notos. But really, like, all your offenses are going to pretty much look the same. It's just Zio hits Yenya, she S2s. You kill everything with Sharklet and Saria, and Hecate doesn't really get to do too much. Your Hecate is basically insurance to kill whatever is left over if you didn't kill anything, because of, like, it's like a really tanky RnL on evasion build or whatever. So here the Notos is going to die to Saria, but yeah, that's all. Hecate's just insurance, plus her passive is very useful against Arbiter, Vildred, and Lady of the Scales. And I guess against the Holy Sacrifice. This is just showing one of the alternative options I mentioned, the Guiding Light Flan. I don't know exactly how fast she needs to be, but you get 15% from the Young Senya push and then 25% from Flan, so it's a 40% CR push. The only problem is against certain stuff like Summyr, where the artifact pushes her a bunch and Zio's already super high CR. You might find that you need a bit more speed on her. If you find yourself getting cut, just give her more speed. But we're just gonna run this 260 and see how it goes.
이 땅의 진정한 주인은 무릎 꿇을지어다. 아니시야, 지금이야. 땡 녀석들을 혼내줘.
Okay, well we hit Rihanna here, which normally like isn't going to necessarily happen. You can make sure you make use of Saria Stats if you think your like Flan isn't going to cut. Use your Young Senya to target somebody who's going to die, like Zio. Zio's generally always going to die because he's taking the Young Senya S2 and then he can't dodge. And he can't dodge Flan's attack or anything. And then you can just S3 to push up. In the case where, like, we left our Rihanna alive, I would probably S3 into her, just for a bit of extra damage. Because sometimes Arby and, like, Rihanna dodge everything, and it gets a bit annoying trying to kill them. Okay, well, Arby didn't dodge, but you would just toss Hecate S3 into him. Okay, so then here is a version of the offense into RnL plus Arby, where I hit the buttons wrong. Basically, it's just going to start out with the same thing, except I forgot to S1 and we S3. If you're, like, fast enough, you'll cut here. If your Saria is, like, too slow, you're going to get cut by RnL, maybe. You definitely want to make sure you have enough speed. The only issue here is, like, if you just spam miss everybody, it can get kind of dicey. I got fortunate enough to hit both Arby and RnL here, but maybe, because I didn't use Summyr Charlotte here, right? You could just swap her out for Zeno, given your Saria and Young Senya are fast enough, and then you just use Zeno with Saria's hit chance, and you just would be able to hit the evasion units. Now let's take a look at the Sea Phantom Paul, this variation of this defense, which with her resource reduction obviously counters Young Senya. And we can't use Young Senya into this, we're going to Harsetti instead, flatten everybody's speed. Hecate has the extinction for Arby, and Celine and Tori can't really die, so Audwig doesn't always push, he only pushes if he has souls. If this is a team with no soul generation, then he won't push up, and then you can get, because of Harsetti speed RNG, Arby can go first, Celine and Tori will both tank that no problem, and then whoever goes next, their non-attack skill will make Celine pop off. So Harsetti, whatever Harsetti ability you have works on her, honestly, as long as she's not, like, blazing fast, I guess. Just give her Book. The souls are very nice to have. This way, even if your Tori doesn't proc Cascade, you'll be okay. This is the same Hecate we used in the other attack. This one is just, I mean, it's the same Hecate. We're using Sweet Miracle again. This works well into Audwig, so you can get rid of the silence, and this way you don't have to re-gear her artifact. And standard Celine build, pretty much. There's nothing really special about this one. I do like the highest attack EE on her, though, because this way she'll always hit Arbiter and get so much attack from his little buff. And even through the miss, it does a ton of damage. If you manage to hit him, then he just instantly dies. And then we have Tori. Also, whatever build you normally use on her works fine. You probably do want the community set, of course. Her artifact, whatever you normally use, also works fine, whether it's like Photogenic, Windrider. I'm using Feet of Criticism just because, why not? Something like Secret Storm Art, it's right here. Okay, Secret Art Storm Sword. I usually don't know what that's called. The CR Push is also kind of nice just because Audwig or Sea Phantom will push her. So Zio's gonna go, and obviously Harsetti is our fastest unit. So Celine gives us 10 souls, and you have the option of either just, you can not soul burn, hit the Arbiter, you can soul burn into Luddy. Taking a look at some of the CRs here. So if it's like a really tanky Arby, you might just want to, slam into him. You also, here, like, Arby's going last, so we're just going to... And then we got our Cascade, but even if we didn't, we'd have 20 souls. Let's just kill off her. And then... So here, like, in case you need... That's why we have Sweet Miracle, just in case you need the thing. I wonder if my S1 kills...
No.
Yeah, nice and clean. We're just gonna hit this again and see if there's anything different in terms of the setups. It looks like the builds are standard, but we can see what our speed RNG is. Okay, so Politis goes before anybody else here. We can't kill her, so we are going to... Let's see. So Tori's going to block everything, right? We don't have to worry about that. Let's kill off the Arbiter instead. We also don't really need a soul burn for this. I'm debating soul burning into the... We'll just hold it.
꿈에나 그리던 무대. 이제 죽어도 여한이 없겠네요.
Well, we resisted the thing there, but even if we didn't, Tori would have had her soul burn ready to kill off this guy. Instead, we'll just have her. We'll just have Hecate do it.
정해진 운명을 받아들여라.
And then from here, it's pretty much just clean up.
머리속은 열쇠. 순환으로 돌아갈 때다. 알아? 내 차례인가? 왜 이러시죠? 네가 나와 함께해준 덕분에 이길 수 있었어. 고마워.